So the first time I heard about Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens going out was like a while back. This is like 2019. They did like a news. I was watching the Corey Holcomb 5150 show. D was doing a news segment, right? And she came up. Simone Biles started coming up, and Corey Holcomb did his thing, just roasting her and she talk about she got a hard foot, or when she goes on the talking about she got a bundle on her head or whatever when she do her gymnastics, her routine or whatnot, and Corey Holcomb just being a fool like he usually does. And then at the end of it, Darlene mentions a picture of Simone Biles and her new boyfriend at the time, Jonathan Owens, comes up, and Corey Holcomb's like, "Oh, she got a black boyfriend, huh? I'm so proud of you, sister. Man, I'm so sorry I was making funny." I saw that because I was already crying because he was roasting the shit out of Simone Biles, but he found out that Simone Biles had an NFL, particularly a black boyfriend. He was like, "Oh, his whole tone switched." Man, he said, "I'm so sorry." And what's crazy is right after he said that, Darlene, the woman who y'all be thinking women are great friends. Anyway, that's another story. Anyway, she goes she makes a slick comment. "Oh, I thought you wouldn't like him because he's on the lighter shade side." And I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? I was just like, what? And that right there shows you how it really is. And I've basically been a fan of them going together ever since then. You know what I mean? So I've been kind of not following the relationship, but I would see like, oh yeah, they are going out, right? So recently, when their wedding photos came out, when Simone Biles' wedding photos came out with Jonathan Owens, so they had the pictures come out, and it was on Spiritual Word, the Instagram page, Spiritual Word. It was on, I'm pretty sure it was on the Shade Room too, but it was on Spiritual Word. And I reposted I didn't look at the comments. I saw the picture, and I never repost wedding photos because you already know what I think about marriage, right? In the United States, I'm not even, it's not even a thing for me really. But I was just like, I just looked at the photo and I thought it was a nice photo of a nice black couple. Who am I? So that I just reposted the photo. That's all I did. I just reposted the photo. Didn't look at the comment section. Right? I go on Twitter later on that specific day, and I see black women ripping on Simone Biles. I'm like, what did she do? And then I'm seeing comments of black men saying the stuff, saying, "Oh man, y'all 304s are miserable," talking crazy about Simone Biles. And I was like, what's going on? And then I go back. I'm looking for the photo because after a certain time, I'm thinking, oh man, I didn't even bother to look back at my story because I posted a bunch of stuff on my story. So I look for the post again, go on the Spiritual Word. I look at the photo, and I go to the comment section, and it's all black women, damn near all black women, ripping on Simone Biles' edges, her hair. Basically, like just disrespecting her in the whole thread. And I'm literally just like, so we say this thing that black women are the least protected, and we're victims or stuff like stuff. They say all this stuff, but here it's a young couple getting together. They get married, which I didn't even think that was going to happen because I just saw them the last time I just saw them, they were just together. That's what I just saw. I didn't, and then I had heard that they had gotten engaged shortly after, but I was like, oh, where's the wedding at? So I was like, I didn't think it was going anywhere. Then the wedding photos came out, and I was like, oh, okay. And it was all BWs disrespecting him. And then it finally hit me why it was. It's because the guy's black. If Simone Biles had a white boyfriend, y'all would be saying nothing. They don't say nothing about Serena Williams' husband. They just don't do that. And what's interesting, if you compare when we talk about alpha, beta, and all this, no. Because Serena's husband looks very beta to me, but he has some means, right? Clearly. And Jonathan Owens is literally one of the best athletes in the world. He comes across to me as very alpha, and he plays football. So the disrespect, right? You know what I mean? That they were showing, it's clear what it is. unfortunately, Simone Biles decided to be with a black man that most black women would actually like to be with. They just won't admit it. Those are the only few black men that they would probably give an unconditional chance, right? And they see her with him, and they're just like the demons in them. You know what I mean? And it's just been so common. I don't know what it is. It's just so common to just disrespect Simone Biles' husband, Jonathan Owens. It's just been so common, where I just saw a video where it's a white woman going on the streets. Oh, do you know who Simone Biles' husband is? Oh, I don't know his name. Just to prove a point, just because he said she didn't know, he didn't know who she was at the time. And for some reason, people are taking that statement so literally. It's ridiculous to me at the time. What he's saying, he didn't know who she was. That doesn't mean he didn't do his research afterwards and whatnot. He just saying, on top of that, not really knowing who she was, he didn't know the impact that she really had. Because you do know there are, let me see, how many followers does Simone Biles have on Instagram? Let me see. Let me do some research real quick. Let me see. Simone Biles. Let me see. So she has 7 million followers. Do you know there are Instagram models that have similar followers? I'm talking about broke, accomplished nothing. Meanwhile, Simone Biles, like I even still use her former last name, right? I still just because she has accomplished something, right? I'm looking at her thing. You know, so she has 7 million followers now, right? So at the time, this is 2019, she probably had, 4 million followers, 3 million? You know, there are plenty of Instagram models that have more, and they accomplish nothing. Meaning they like, in terms of accomplishments, they don't even compare, and they're BBL'd up. And you're just like, and you know what I'm saying? So people don't recognize, it's not even, he probably didn't even realize the impact. He probably didn't even realize the impact that she has had in female gymnastics until like later on. He's like, oh man, I'm actually with a girl with status, for real. Like, I'm talking about real status, meaning she's like a GOAT in her in her field, like a GOAT in her field where she's coming from, you know. So I don't know why they took this seriously, but at the same time, I did not like how that white woman on the street just it felt very comfortable disrespecting somebody's husband that they don't really know like that, particularly a black man. I didn't take too fond of that. And not only her, I didn't really take too fond of the dudes that didn't check her for doing that. You know, I would have checked her. I would have been like, first of all, his name is Jonathan Owens, plays safety for the Packers right now. Packers just got eliminated, you know what I mean, but by the 49ers. And it is what it is, but I would have checked her. I'd have checked her, but I don't think they'd put that in the and when people say check, that doesn't mean talking loud and stuff. You just say, oh no, you're just wrong here. Blah 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 blah. That's how you're supposed to do it. It's not even a matter of being aggressive when you're checking somebody. It's just a matter of, no, you're just wrong. Here's the facts. That's what you do. But you know, that's considered abusive nowadays. So let me look at the comments. Let me look at the comments. He says, she gonna get him pregnant. Oh, that's from a simp male. Simone's husband, we didn't forget. What did he do on the field exactly? And let me say this too, because women are not that smart when it comes to these things, or guys. People keep talking about the Chads and the Tyrones and whatnot, and what people don't understand, status trumps all. Status trumps all, or just a perception of status trumps all. People keep talking about, who are these people that are having all this, who are knocking down all these 304s on Tinder? It'd be these practice squad NFL players, because they're still mutants. They're all mutants. Damn, they're all of them. Well, not necessarily Jonathan Owens, right? Even though I'm pretty sure he was messing with a lot of 304s before Simone Biles, right? But it'd be these ones, the ones that you see on the bench, even though Jonathan Owens is a starter, first of all, mind you. But I'm just saying, these people that you see on the bench or the practice squad, those are the ones that be those be the ones that be knocking out all these 304s. People just think it's just the top NFL players messing with, that's not. No, it's the ones that don't be starting, the mutants, because they're still 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" with muscles and all that. The backup tight ends, the practice squad tight ends that don't be playing, those are the ones that knock out, because all they go, oh, I play for the NFL. NFL. That's it. That's all they need to hear. And they just look at him, and they just look up, oh, he is on the team. He's not the quarterback, but maybe I'm. That's how they think. People think the people that are doing most of the damage are the QBs and whatnot. No, it's these bench players that don't play because they got time to do that because they don't play. But they can never see it, and it's only like they recognize it until it's too late. They get pregnant by the guy, and then they realize he actually doesn't even play. Like there's this girl on Twitter, on Instagram, that has made her whole following that I have a professional MLS goalkeeper that I'm going out with. She basically videotapes him all the time, and meanwhile he actually doesn't start for the team. And she only videotapes him, basically the only time she can videotape him is basically during warmups. You know what I mean? But before that, she was probably like, oh man, I got a professional athlete, but he's a backup goalkeeper. But everybody that knows goalkeepers in soccer, they know most of these goalkeepers are at least 6'3", 6'4". You know what I'm saying? They're like, to be a goalkeeper in soccer, they prefer you to be at least over 6'1" or 6'2". At least anything under 6'2" as a goalkeeper, people might start looking at like, oh, you got to be like really good. You got to be like really good to keep your spot, because they're going to prefer a taller, longer goalkeeper. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Anyways, y'all talking about did he play, and y'all man don't even have it. Those are facts. Those are facts. I wish I could pin this comment. She said, I'm gonna just leave it at this. She said, y'all talk about did he play, and y'all man don't even got a job. I'll even let me leave this off right here. Let me leave this off right here. Not even that. These 304s will brag about all these options that they have, and then their car break down, or they'll go through a financial crisis. They got no dudes that they could just call and be like, yo, I need help. Not even, I'm talking about outside of their sugar daddy, right? They don't have a dude that they can really, they don't have really one dude to count on. They don't have one dude that they can count on in times of struggle. We're not even talking about financial struggle, just in struggle. They don't have no dude that they can really be like, I need help. None. So just because they got all these unemployed ninjas going through acting like she has options out here. No, you have fornication options, and even a girl with Down syndrome has fornication options. I tried to tell AJ, these girls in the wheelchairs, they be they be getting smashed. AJ didn't believe me. I'm telling you, dudes are not gonna brag about it, obviously, but ask the girls in the wheelchairs that you know, they be getting smashed too. I'm not sure if they feel it. I don't know how that works, but they do. Trust me. So there's a difference between like options for men and options for women are two completely different things. Two completely different things. You know what I mean? So that's a whole other subject that, you know, women just can't accept because they're trying to be men, but they don't have the equipment. No, never mind. Let me stop here.